Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Factory in the Sky 4 on the FTOG server. We are here at the mostly finished lake. As you can see, I've gone through and sprinkled in gravel and mud, and then some seagrass and some sea cucumbers. It's not bad. I would eventually, once I get coral, like to add more color. But for now, with the resources we have available, this is not a bad lake, I think. The watercolor does present a couple problems. I did try to sprinkle in some sand, but with the water clarity and color, it was just too bright. I think the sea cucumbers glow, but for some reason, even if I take off my night vision, it doesn't change. I think it's a work of the void world that I'm able to see through the water. But yeah, not too bad. Brock made me aware of a device that would have been a lot easier than filling it by bucket, which is the fluidic plenisher. You pump in water through the top, you pump in power through the side, and then it will fill up layers below it. It does have an outward range, so I did have to replace it a couple times, but the last few layers I didn't have to do by hand. So take this as advice if you want to make a lake. But with that out of the way, I had a couple more ideas for some technical pursuits, and you'll notice our power energizing orb is gone. That's because it's up here. Also, these are, for some reason, when I come into the hyperbox, all the cables disconnect. That's normal. They actually are still connected. Yeah, energizing orb is up here. Now, I'm going to put a picture on screen of a setup I tried, but didn't work for some reason, even though it's symmetrical. I asked on the FTOG Discord, and a couple ideas were put forward as to why it might not work. Some people said they might be too far from the distance from the orb. Another person said that it might be a linking issue where there's only one auto link, but then why are there 4 orbs and only 3 worked? Honestly, it requires a little bit more experimenting, but it inspired a bit of a cleaner system that we got to here. So we have the energizing orb here. The autocrafter, and this is so we can autocraft with the energizing orb. So the autocrafter puts things into this barrel. That barrel is then used as part of a separate, completely separate network that is controlled by this controller. No disk drive, you don't need one. We got power from this flux node up to the energizing rods. And the way this works is you have the filter of what it can filter, and then you have these regulator upgrades, which will tell you how much of these things can be put in at a time. And when you're crafting, it'll only allow one item from a given exporter filter set in at a time. So for the nitro crystals, which read 3 different types of ingredients, I need 3 different exporters. So in this one, we have iron and redstone. We have gold, which goes with the iron to make the energized steel or whatever. We have emerald, diamond, and another star. And in here, we have blaze powder and a block of blazing crystal. So let's see, energized. Let's make 10 energized steel. So those will go into there or into here, and then they'll go in there, and they'll come out. So we can autocraft with this now. The one issue you can run into is if you're trying to craft multiple types of energizing things at the same time. Some mismatched components might wind up in there, but as long as you craft them one type at a time, you shouldn't run into any problems. And then those items are imported back into the main network on this same cable. And leading this cable, we now have auto crafting of empowered, actually additions items, which basically the autocrafter places all the stuff in here, and then it's very specifically filtered out for all of that, or for the items, and then this one will take the crystals and put them directly in here, and then that will be imported back into the system. And there's some extra cables here for aesthetic purposes. Don't worry about those. You don't need them, depending on how you've done your setup, but I wanted symmetry. That's the word. Not symmetry. And speaking of the actually additions, there's a version 2 of the atomic reconstructor thing here. We've now got the precision dropper on the bottom and the pressure plate, a light-weighted pressure plate. So when an item is on there, it will deactivate the precision dropper, so it'll do one at a time. But we also have the atomic reconstructor above it on pulse mode. So when we craft, let's say 10 Inori crystals, no, not, we don't want to do the empowered ones right now. Inori crystals, we can craft, say, 10 of these. It'll drop one, and then the pulse from the pressure plate will go upwards, activate the reconstructor, which will then get sucked into the vacuum chest. So we can craft, let's say, empowered. What do we need to make this? Clay. There's dyes involved. Let's craft. No, can't craft any of those. What about this? We can do this. So this will create or take one of the emeradic crystals. Let's actually take that one out. So we'll craft emeradic crystals. Let's actually take those out so we can see the whole process. Powered emeradic crystal. Craft one. It'll go down there. And then it will quickly get put all the items in here and then pulled out. It takes a few seconds and we have our empowered crystals. That's pretty cool, honestly, the ability to craft those. And before we head out for the action sequence of this episode, I was watching a video from Slight62 from the FTOG Discord. He did 4 episodes on the server. Go check those out. There's been a link in the description for a while. But he showed in his episode these mechanism installers, which will let you upgrade your factories in place, so I don't have to take them out and craft them. So we're going to use those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then we're going to upgrade to ultimate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we have the ultimate factories. So let's see if we can't craft some gravel. Let's craft 1,000 gravel and see what happens. So we click that, and then in the crushing factory, it'll crush the cobblestone. It's going pretty quickly. How many, can we upgrade these anymore? No. So, yeah, lots more space, lots more, capability for processing. Pretty cool. Those are great. I did not know about the installers. I thought I was going to have to remove everything and work on it all. But let's head outside. Let's get a little nap in here real quick, because we're going to summon a warden today. And we're going to do it by the lake. For funsies. Is this full again? No, it's not full. Okay, we're going to head in, and we're going to summon a warden by the lake. But before we do, I want to show you some quest progress. I've added that crystal back just for my own simplicity. When the resort is done, that'll be gone. But just for my own travel simplicity. So we got the lake here. I'm going to show you a little quest update. So we got getting started done. Tech basics, done. Resources, barely even started. Storage, we've had that done for a while. I sat down and did power. This is actually how I was inspired to automate the energizing orb, was I needed to create these solar panels, which are a 3-to-1, and I really needed to be able to just auto-craft all of this. So that's what inspired that. But power is done now. Advanced Tech. The only things we have left to do in Advanced Tech now are the Empowered Inori Crystal, which I need a snowball for, that I don't... Oh, 960 gravel? Already done. We need some magic or some bees or whatever to make snow. Working on that later. And then we have these ether gas with the wither chamber and all of that. Not too concerned, that's just a time thing. I'm pretty sure we have all the stuff to do it. Haven't done any magic yet. Miscellaneous. We need to make all the ingots. I think I can do this, I just need to do it. We need to make a bunch of mystical agriculture apples. We need to do the Warden stuff, which we're going to get started on today. More mystical agriculture there. Exploration, this is Warden stuff. We can't actually do this yet, but we're going to summon the Warden today. Reinforced Deep Slate. You need a Dragon Egg chunk from Mystical Agriculture. What else? End game, this is all crafting stuff, so once we're done all of this, we can start working on this. But, as you can see, we're starting to hit the point where Mystical Agriculture is a necessity. And I plan to do Mystical Agriculture and Roots and Theurgy and all the magic stuff in here. But in order to do that, we kind of have to get our island a little more situated. But that's not a problem for today. Mystical Agriculture comes soon. We're hitting the point where I can't put it off anymore. But today, we're summoning a Warden. So, let's hit a Skulk Core into the Skulk Shrieker, and that should allow it to summon Wardens. If I make a bunch of noise. Oh, there's one. Come on. Why aren't you working? One moment. Okay, so it worked once. I got the, darker vignette thing. I think we just have to keep making noise until it works. There's two. I'm just gonna spam this chest real quick until this activates. Let me get the axe so I can pick it up real quick. Once this goes, come on. Have to remember to mute that in post because that's annoying, even to me, right now. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Shrieker. Give me a Warden. There we go. Warden. Okay, so the plan here is to run around. Let me make sure I have my magnet backpack on for when it drops stuff. Let's attack it from a distance. And we're going to activate our jetpack for speed. Ooh, okay, hello. Oh, I've been shot. Oh, you're swimming. He's swimming. That's fun. This is not going ideally well. I don't have an extraordinarily powerful... Oh, let's heal a bit. I don't have an extraordinarily powerful armor or weapons right now because I haven't gotten into, again, Mystical Agriculture. But here we are. So it's kind of just a playing game. Uh-oh. It's a sonic attack. Don't want the sonic attacks. Ow. Let's make this a little more fun, shall we? Let's put a dragon out and see what happens. Aggressive. Go. Go, dragon. Blessed. Let's go. Hit the thing. Get him. Celeste. Come on. Really? You're not gonna attack the Warden? Fine. Be like that. Be like that, Celeste. Well, that was a good try. This is kind of the problem with using the infinite stake is you don't heal especially quickly. Do I have anything? Nope. I have no strength potions or anything. We are gonna have to get our mystical agriculture sorted before we go into that dimension anyway, so that's not gonna be a problem. Okay. Interesting event. We're almost halfway there. Don't shoot at me. I would love if I had something that could increase my reach, but I wasn't able to find anything like that in this map. So, spin around. Strafing. Okay. Go. There you are. Ow. Okay. A couple hits in. Hits in. And around. The lake helps. It's not moving. Spin, spin, spin. Spin. Where? There you are. Run. Spin. Ugh. Come on. Wonder... I know there's a way to silence them and stop that attack, but I don't remember how to do it. Okay, spin around. Spin around. Let's pull away for a second. Let the blindness go away. Just realized I can be using the mini-map to help me see. Okay, what's down here? Nope, you're gonna shoot at me again. Okay. Keep moving. No, we're blind. Go. Get him. Ow. Ugh. This is dangerous. Spin. No. Oh, I'm very almost dead. Okay. How's that going? Let's see if we can get any other. Oh, I've been shot. Well, that's unfortunate, which means all our stuff is gone. How am I supposed to get up there? Do I have any, like, backup? I need a backup thing. Let's head in. Now we get to see what happens when I mess up. Have any backup, like jetpack? I have one that takes chemicals. That's not helpful. I don't think I have anything, so I'm just gonna have to grab some cobblestone and make my way up. And I'm gonna show you all of this. I don't have my backpack on me. Okay, let's go. How far away were we when we died? Up there. Okay, let's try and get there without the Warden blasting us to smithereens again. We have uncovered a flaw in our setup. We need a way to recover if this happens. I need to make some backup equipment, evidently. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, there's no way to soulbound anything in this particular pack. So let's just climb up here and break. Nice, but all of our stuff is gone. Bunny slippers, night vision goggles, backpack, panic necklace, gloves, rings, charms. That goes in, I believe, the ether pack. That's not necessary. Okay. And it's seen us. Darn it. Okay, let's get rid of that dirt. Let's get rid of this. Okay, let's finish this guy off. And then, between this episode and next episode, I will work on the backup equipment. And... ow. Backup equipment required. Ow, I've been shot again. Okay, only like 3 more hits, I think. 1. My backpack go back where it was supposed to? Yes, good. Got him. Okay. Did we get the stuff? We did get a heart, we got a Warden Carapace, and a Skulk Catalyst. Excellent, excellent. So that was that. Let's grab... Oh, we don't... We have the heart. Oh, can't breathe underwater. We have the heart. We do not yet have the reinforced deep plate because we need the dragon egg chunk. Mystical agriculture, mystical agriculture. We could do the Bumble Zone if I want to spend the time to spawn a beehive. And we can do this, but otherwise I think we're quickly approaching the point where mystical agriculture is aggressively necessary. So I am gonna work on some stuff between this episode and next, maybe get some backup stuff going. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Just hit a button and I don't know what I did. No idea. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed the Warden thing. That, I don't want to be able to see that. That's weird looking. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that Warden fight. Next episode, honestly not sure what we're going to do. Maybe we'll finish this off. I still need to figure out how to get snow. Wandering traders. I can get coral from wandering traders, but for some reason, even though I can't find anywhere in this base where I laid down my no soliciting sign, like I don't know where that is. I don't think it's over there. Let me put on my shrinking necklace so we get in. That was still here. I haven't put down a no solicitor's sign. Well, it's weird, because I remember putting down a no solicitor's sign, but I cannot find it anywhere now. And yet, no wandering traders are spawning here. So if you spot my no solicitor's sign somewhere, please let me know where it is. Or if you remember where I put it, let me know where it is, so I can take it down so we can get some coral. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and until next time, later.